Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be doing a review on the Tribit Stormbox Flow, relatively new offering by Tribit. So yeah, going to be going through it, going through the specs, having a look around it, doing a sound test, letting you know what I think. And yeah, you know, as a normal review is really. So you can pick this up for £64 here in the UK at the moment. Not sure why it's quite so specific. It's technically £63.98. But yeah, £64 here in the UK at the moment, which is only about a tenner more than the Stormbox Micro 2, which I've just done a review on. So we'll see how it kind of stacks up to that. But yeah, design-wise, it's pretty basic. You've got like a kind of quite a nice but realistically plastic face on it here, and then like the Stormbox logo, power, Bluetooth, volume down, volume up, play, pause, EQ button and a pairing button. But otherwise, I mean, you know, this is very, very basic. Yeah, one USB-C port. That's kind of like just a annoyance of mine in general nowadays. All speakers just have one, you know, the same as phones. They've got no aux ports going on anymore. And as old as as old as you might think they are, they're still very useful for plugging into a TV or an Xbox or something like that. If you want to use this, you know, if you've just got no other option, then it almost completely writes these off for those kind of things, because you can't connect a Bluetooth speaker to an Xbox or a TV, or well, you wouldn't want to anyway. It's just annoying. So yeah, that does kind of annoy me, but we'll look past it for now. Yeah, we'll take you through some of the specs. So this has a 25 watt RMS output. So yeah, again, not really going to blow anyone's head off, but a decent output for this size of speaker. This has 30 hours of playtime, so it says. That's at 60% volume with X bass off. But yeah, I mean, 30 hours is pretty insane. So yeah, it would be interesting to see whether you would actually get 30 hours of straight playtime. But yeah, I mean, even if you get half that, that's still more than enough, really. You know, charge it at the end of the day is fine. Apparently, it only takes 4 hours to charge as well. So yeah, plug it in overnight. You know, then you've got 30 hours of playtime apparently. So yeah, battery wise, you definitely can't complain here. It can do stereo or party pairing. So obviously you can have two paired and just kind of playing the same song, or two paired that will play the left and right channels in stereo, which is quite nice to have nowadays. I've never really, I don't know, never really cared too much for stereo sound personally, especially seeing as these are marketed as like, you know, portable, rugged Bluetooth speaker. I mean, I don't see the point of carrying two around and trying to create a stereo atmosphere outside. It's really not going to work. But the party pairing is maybe more useful if your friends have it and you want to just kind of double the sound output. Then it's nice to have, you know, can't complain. Has custom EQ settings in the app. The app is very, very bare bones here, and as far as I'm aware, it's not actually available on Android, or I just looked it up a minute ago and it's not. So yeah, I'm not sure how that really works. Maybe we have to have a look into that. But yeah, this can be used as a power bank as well to charge your phone, although I think it will stop charging at like 50% battery, and it will you know, to try and save the battery of the speaker itself. So don't necessarily rely on it. But yeah, we've got Bluetooth 5.3, which is a 40-meter range. So pretty much, I mean, I think 5.3 is still the newest Bluetooth version. So yeah, can't complain about the range here. Again, like with anything of this size, really, 40 meters or so, you're probably not going to be able to hear it very much by that point anyway. So there's no real need to want to have a longer range. It's slightly different with like a party box offering, because you might want to go, you know, 50 meters away or more, and you probably still could hear it at that point. So it's a bit different, but with this, 40 meters is never going to be a problem. It's also IP67 waterproof, so yeah, it can be used outside, in rain, dustproof as well. So you don't have to worry too much about this thing. It feels quite rugged as well, so I wouldn't worry too much if you dropped it or anything like that. I think it would be all right. You probably get some scuffs and scratches and stuff, but you know, that's what the durable plastic here is for, really. But yeah, I'll do a sound test. Everything by Diamond at about 80% volume, and we'll speak about it afterwards.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found. but you don't care. You're unaware, keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere.
Okay, yeah, so that's the sound test. Yeah, it's hard to put a finger on this one. I find Tribit a bit kind of here and there. You know, the Stormbox Blast, I think it's called, the proper like boombox version, I thought to be really good. The Stormbox Micro 2, I've just done a review on, not so much. This kind of sits in the middle. It's still definitely not got the audio quality of a Soundcore or a JBL or a Sony speaker. You can still tell it's slightly grainy. If you listen in the background, you can hear like a bit of just kind of underlying static. And when you pump it to 100% volume, you do get a little bit of distortion, but nowhere near as bad as some other things I've seen around this price range. And the bass is quite impressive as well. You do get some pretty decent thumps. And obviously bearing in mind you've got the waterproof, the newest Bluetooth setting, it can be used as a power bank, and it's got a very impressive battery life. I would say that this is definitely something to consider. I would probably still, well, personally, I would probably spend the extra 20 or so quid and get a JBL Flip 5 or 6. You know, if you're looking for something like this, it's just more rugged, better sound quality, more bass, louder as well. But if you're stuck right to this budget, or you just like the look of this for whatever reason, it's really, you know, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't necessarily massively shine over the competition. The Soundcore, like the Anchor Soundcore, especially those new generation ones, are probably definitely better sound quality. The bass is probably relatively similar, and I think you can pick them up for maybe even 50 pounds ish, so slightly less than this. But yeah, I don't think the battery life is as long as those, and the Bluetooth version is probably quite a few behind. So it kind of depends what you're after, I suppose. Maybe a proper spec sheet comparison is what's needed here. But it's yeah, it's pretty average. It's kind of what you'd expect for the price. But it's nice to know that it's not kind of like the Stormbox Micro 2, which just kind of sounds awful, you know, above 50% volume, which makes it almost unusable. Whereas this one definitely doesn't. If you shut your eyes for a bit and play this and an Anchor Soundcore next to it, you'd probably have to listen for a while. So yeah, I guess it depends which one takes your fancy. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you think I've got it wrong, or if you want to see anything compared with it, let me know.